guest tonight needs no introduction. Put your hands together for the one and only Prince. I gotta say one thing. There's only one way to start this. The first person to contact me when I came back to late night was this man to congratulate me and to say he would be here, save me a night. Thank you, dude. You've always been a good friend. Always. And here's the interesting thing. Do you have a cell phone?
No.
See, I'm always shocked when I hear from you. But how do you survive in this world without a cell phone?
Everybody I know has one.
Oh. You're in social media. You have an Instagram account, a Twitter account now?
I'm trying to get Princegram.
Oh. Instagram. You actually, I saw a selfie of you, or it was yours, I should say.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that was your first?
Yeah.
Yes. That was it. How would you, yeah. What do we title that selfie?
One.
One. That's one. Let's talk about titles. Your favorite title in the Prince catalog. What's your favorite song? Turns you on every time you do it.
I usually answer by saying the next one, but there is a song that we've just written called The Breakdown. One of the things that we try to do, though, is wait until we have other songs that go together with our favorites. That's why it takes a long time to come out with albums.
Yeah.
These days.
Yes.
Because, you know, not being under contract, there's no rush to do anything.
If you weren't, they like that. They like you having your freedom, I think. If you weren't Prince, what would you do for a living, you know? I mean, because I know there was a point where you maybe thought about something else. What would you do?
Well,
I can't see you at the bank, you know? Even though all the ladies would be in his line, you know?
When I was 16, I was completely broke and needed to go get a job, so I got the Yellow Pages out and I couldn't find one thing that I wanted to do. So I decided I was going to push as hard as I could to be a musician and win at it, you know?
Do you watch any of the shows that bring new musicians to the American public?
Not so much. Yeah,
You know, talking about, you know, The Voice and Idol, you know, the whole genre.
Yeah, I was watching a show with Esperanza Spalding, who's a friend of mine.
Bass player.
And we were both sitting there quiet. We were watching. And we looked at each other, and then she says, "Are you rearranging the music right now in your head?" And then she said, "So am I." So it's really hard to watch other musicians because you tend to, you know, it's like a painting you want to make straight or whatever. You just hear it, music like you hear it. Doesn't mean that, you know, what they're doing isn't of merit. It's just, I just hear music different. That's all.
Now, I've met, it seems like 100 musicians today here with you. What do you look for in musicians these days?
I was thinking about your question a second ago. I think I'd want to teach in some capacity if I didn't.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. There's a lot of fine musicians in the group right now, and I'm learning from them. So as much as I'd like to teach, I also like to learn.
Yeah. Is there a huge vault of material that you've created that we've never even heard? And how do you make those choices? Because I'd like to hear everything that you pen. You know, just to hear it.
You would look different when it was finished. It takes a long time. There's a lot of music down there.
Like how many songs?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't go back in time and listen to it like that. I worked on it and brought it as far as I could right then. A lot of it I didn't even finish. You know, a lot of the bootlegs that are out right now, they are unfinished, unmixed. You know, sometimes they change lyrics. And again, you wait until, you know, you can find other things to go with it. We live in a singles-driven market, but, you know, I come from the old school making albums, and that's what I'll always do.
You seem to have somewhat of a love-hate battle going on with technology. I know you haven't always loved the internet. How are you seeing progress right now with all of that? Can you use it to your advantage?
It's a double-edged sword. You know, a lot of artists aren't getting paid full scale for their art, and the internet, because of downloading and things like that, is kind of like a black hole. And it's hard to audit, it's hard to get accounting, and it's not that it's just about the money, but it's about justice and fairness. And when people say that they love you and they respect you, but at the same time take, you know, 80% of your earnings, then expect you to fix your own communities, and they'll probably edit all of this out, but then it gets, that's the sharp part of the sword, and we're at the wrong end of it right now. So eventually, with courageous people going out there and actually saying something and standing up for it, I think we'll get some balance.
We've watched you evolve over the years, not only as a musician, but as a man. And I wonder sometimes when you look back at old material, like I've looked at so much in the last 24 hours to prepare for this, do you look back at old stuff, risque stuff, and want to separate yourself from it?
Well, you know, when you're 20 years old, you're looking for the ledge. You know, you want to see how far you can push everything. And as an artist, I just went there just to find it. And then you make changes. You know, 30 years ago, there's a lot of things I don't do now that I did 30 years ago. And there's some things I still do.
Yeah. Oh, now, when you said that, the first thing I flashed back on is, gosh, he's Prince. I know that, I get all that. But he's also like this normal brother you hang with. I remember a time, and if I have to take this out, you tell me I have to take this out. But I remember one time we went down the way south of Wilshire to an after-hours spot and hung out and partied. That's something that we'll probably... I have a son now, and
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. And there were so many things that we did back then. Remember that house? We were sitting in a house and
Vaguely.
Yeah. It was like they take you in and they chain the door and it's a pit bull and they give you a drink in a paper cup and he wouldn't touch nothing. He just sat.
Were we in somebody's kitchen or something?
Yes. Yeah. It was crazy. And Prince was sitting in this house. He wouldn't drink nothing. He wouldn't touch nothing. And he was trying not to breathe. He had a cane. If he could have got oxygen out that cane, we could have stayed longer. But just normal good times as young brothers experiencing success. We should take commercial and come right back. We'll be right back.